More reports have been published that Spurs are interested in Everton's James Garner. Heung-min Son has spoken out and apologised to the South Korea fans. A former Premier League goalkeeper has stated that he thinks that Aston Villa will finish above Spurs this season. And Harry Redknapp on Ange Postecoglou, he said he isn't a fool, he is adaptable and he knows what he's doing.
Chris Cowlin. Fan cams. Club news, transfer news, match previews, legend interviews, Spurs women, press conferences, covering everything Tottenham and England.
Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's start by talking about some comments made from former Tottenham Hotspur manager Harry Redknapp about current Tottenham Hotspur boss Ange Postecoglou. Redknapp, talking on TalkSport, said you play with the hand that you are dealt with. He has got a lot of very good attacking options. That's why they have suddenly been a very attacking team. I mean, everybody says this Ange ball or whatever. What is it? I don't even know what it is. He has got three forwards. Maddison is back in there, but lots of very flair type players, which is great because the fullbacks like to get forward. They were both missing at the weekend, unfortunately. They had to make two changes there. Harry Redknapp then went on to say, Ange Postecoglou is very adaptable. He knows the game. He isn't a fool. I think the Wolves are a very good side. They have got very good attacking options, and Gary O'Neill has done a very good job. Former Premier League goalkeeper David James has come out and said that he thinks that Aston Villa will finish above Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League at the end of the season, and speculation surrounding Ange Postecoglou's future could impact the Tottenham Hotspur players. He said Tottenham are playing better football this season under Ange Postecoglou. However, what's interesting with Ange Postecoglou is that he is being linked with the Liverpool job already, and that could be disturbing for some of his players. I think Aston Villa are in a better position with Emery for that reason. A report has just been published by the Sunderland Echo, and they are stating that Newcastle United and Spurs have emerged as potential contenders to sign Everton's James Garner this summer. The Football Insider have also reported on this story. They are stating that Garner could be viewed as a potential alternative to Chelsea's Conor Gallagher should either club be priced out of a move for the Blues midfielder. Back to the report from the Sunderland Echo. They are stating that Garner has been a regular under Sean Dyche this season. However, Everton's battle against PSR constraints mean that he could be allowed to leave Goodison Park during the summer transfer window if a club comes in with an acceptable offer. A reported fee of £25 million will be needed to tempt the Toffees into a sale. One game in the Premier League took place on Wednesday evening. Liverpool beating Luton Town 4-1 at Anfield. Liverpool have now extended their lead at the top. They now have 60 points from 26 games. Spurs remain fifth in the Premier League table. We have 47 points from 25 games. We're now 13 points away from league leaders Liverpool. An article has just been published on the West Ham United website, and they are stating that tickets are now on general sale for Spurs derby under the lights. The game will be played at the London Stadium on Tuesday the 2nd of April, and prices start from £35 for juniors and £55 for adults. Now, lots of the national press have covered this story. This one is from the Daily Star, and they are stating that Tottenham Hotspur captain Heung-min Son has said sorry after a big row with international teammate Lee Kang-in. The South Korea stars had a scrap that left Sonny with a broken finger while playing for their country at the Asia Cup. They were supposed to be getting ready to play Jordan when things got heated over a game of ping pong. Captain Heung-min Son, 31, wasn't happy when some of the younger lads, including PSG star Lee, ditched dinner early to hit the ping pong tables. It all kicked off when Heung-min Son tried to step in, and they ended up having a scuffle that left Heung-min Son with a damaged finger. Now, Son has said he's really sorry about what happened, posting a photo of him and Lee on Instagram along with a caption that read as follows: "Hello, this is Heung-min Son, going to talk a little scary and difficult today. Kang In sincerely reflected on himself and apologised to all of the players on the team, including me." He then added, "When I was young, I made a lot of mistakes and looked bad, but when I think I can be where I am now because of the warm advice, the teachings of good seniors, we will take special care of Kang In to ensure that he does not do wrong things like this again, so that all of the players can grow as a senior and a captain of the national team." Sonny then went on to say he is having a hard time after that work. "Forgive me with a grudge heart for once. Bam, as captain of the team, I'm asking you to do this, and among the stories that have come from one side, the content of the team's convenience is irrelevant, and we have always tried to look at one place as a team. Although football is loved a lot, we sincerely apologise for causing such a fuss, and we will work harder to make our Korean national team grow more this season. Once again, as the captain of the Korea national team, I sincerely apologise." Now back to the report from the Daily Star. It says that Son's apology came a week after PSG midfielder Lee made his own statement and apologised after causing great disappointment to supporters. The 23-year-old also promised to try to support the senior players and become a better player and a better person. Now, my thoughts on all of the stories in this episode. Let's start by talking about Harry Redknapp, talking about Ange Postecoglou. He isn't a fool. He is adaptable and he knows what he is doing. Of course, Ange Postecoglou knows what he is doing. I think that a lot of people are forgetting that he has been successful everywhere he has been. I know that some people will probably shout now saying, well, Jose Mourinho won trophies everywhere he went. He didn't win one at Tottenham. Antonio Conte, a born winner as well, didn't win one at Tottenham. This feels different to me this time, Ange Postecoglou. It feels different in so many ways. I think that Ange Postecoglou is having a real say in what he wants. It just feels really, really different at the football club. Let's, all remember where we were in the summer, how down everybody was feeling. We're now only 2 points away from top four. I know, me as a Spurs fan, I want to win trophies. I want Spurs to compete for the Premier League. I want Spurs to be lifting the likes of the FA Cup, the League Cup and European trophies, to be playing in Europe again. I've really missed the European trips this season, I must say, and the European matches at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But it does feel different, and I do think that Ange Postecoglou will take us places if he gets the time and if he gets the tools to do so. But I think that sometimes, some fans need to be more realistic in the aims and the ambitions for this season. Anything above 8th is going to be progression in my eyes. I think we've already seen progression anyway on the pitch. We've had a lot of injuries, we've had a lot of suspensions, we've had a lot of problems on and off the pitch. But I think it would be great to be playing European football next season under Postecoglou. And I think that we've only had 2 transfer windows, 2 good windows in my opinion. I think another good window in the summer. Who knows what we can achieve next season. But I do think that some people ought to, kind of be realistic about, what we can achieve this season. Yes, it would be fantastic to get Champions League football. And I think a lot of people are expecting Champions League football. But we've gone through such a major rebuild this season and we've seen some really, really decent football. We haven't seen decent football at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium or indeed on away games, for some time. So, I completely agree with Harry Redknapp's comments about Postecoglou. He isn't a fool. If he needs to change things in games and be adaptable, I'm sure we will see that. This is the Premier League, and the Premier League is very different to any other league. And of course, Ange Postecoglou, although he is a very experienced manager, he's still learning on the job. He is still learning, what the Premier League is all about. And sometimes it does take a little bit of time for people to adapt, not only players but managers as well, to the Premier League, the best league in the world. But I love Ange Postecoglou. I think that he will deliver success at Tottenham. I'm certainly hoping so anyway. The summer transfer window is going to be an interesting one because, as I've already touched upon, it's been 2 good windows so far. More reports about Spurs possibly signing James Garner from Everton in the summer. Like I always say about transfers, it must be, players that we bring in must be improvements on the squad that we have already. James Garner, would he be improvement on the squad that we have right now? Probably not. But I'm sure that Tottenham Hotspur will be looking at so many players for the summer window, and all of that work will be being carried out now. Former Premier League goalkeeper, of course, former Aston Villa goalkeeper as well, David James, has come out and said that he thinks that Aston Villa will finish above Spurs this season. Of course, it is all to play for. Manchester United are now behind Spurs. Spurs are sat in 5th. Aston Villa, of course, are 4th. We have got 13 games left, 13 huge games left in this Premier League season. And Spurs need to absolutely deliver. In every single game, we need to be picking up points, and hopefully, at the end of the season, we will be in the top 4 and we will hear that Champions League music next season. Heung-min Son, I'm not going to say a lot on this. I just think that Heung-min Son is a fantastic leader on and off the pitch. Of course, he is Spurs captain. He is the South Korea captain. And I think the way that he has dealt with this situation has been exceptional. And, he's a real leader and a super captain. As I say, he leads by example on and off the pitch. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.